Hello, everybody. My name is Sigurður from Iceland. I have been teaching information technology and safer digital life for 7 years. I'm living in Reykjavik, Iceland. The weather here it was a storm last night, so it's quite. Could imagine it's snowy, but it's actually quite rainy. I was planning to be in my building but we had an online malfunction, so it's quite rainy outside now.
Students, please show the country Iceland. Yes.
Nice.
So you can see students are able to identify your country location. Yes. First of all, show the country Iceland.
Wow. There it is.
Yes. Now you can ask me.
Hello sir, I'm Rindashri from 7th grade. I'm from GPHS Iceland. Can I ask you a question, sir?
Yes, please.
How can we identify and handle cyberbullying incidents effectively?
What we need to do to handle cyberbullying is, first of all, we grown-ups need to take it seriously, so you feel comfortable by reporting it. It's important that if you are cyberbullied, that you will find a place to tell, preferably a grown-up person, and they will put it forward and handle the issue for you. It's basically your responsibility is to report if you are cyberbullied or you see somebody is being cyberbullied, and us grown-ups needs to do something about it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello.
This is Joycey, studying 7th grade in GPHS Iceland. Please, can I ask one question, sir?
Yes, please.
What kind of education system you have? Which school system is popular, private or public?
Most of Icelandic schools are public. There are some private. The education system here is basically from 6 to 16. You're in a primary school, where it's basically everybody learns the same, but after 16 years old, you specialize either in to be a carpenter, or you're gonna take a book lectures like sociology and so forth. After the 3 years from 16 to 19, there's a university. Yeah, the private sector is not that big in Iceland, but it's getting larger. But especially for the kids from 14 and above, there is a private sector, but majority is a public sector.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
My name is Gayatri Salvi. I'm studying 7th grade. Can I ask one question, sir?
Yes.
What are some best practices for developing a positive digital footprint, and why is it important for our future careers and personal lives?
That's actually a very good question. And what the biggest mistake young people make when developing a digital footprint is behaving differently online, but rather than behaving the same way. You need to be like developing positive to develop positive digital footprint. You need to be basically a good person, care for everybody, and not being basically a bully or writing something bad online. And why is it important for our future careers? At least me, when I'm hiring, I research people digital footprint, because like what you put online is a good factor on determining what kind of person you are. So if for your future you need to develop a positive digital footprint, because people that develop not positive digital footprint could get in trouble in their personal and future careers. So I encourage you to have a positive digital footprint, not only being positive person yourself, but proactive. Like if you see somebody being bullied, stand up for them, report. And even though it can be quite difficult reporting your peers, it's quite good practice to protect people online also. Hello.
My name is Pujita. I am studying 7th grade. I am from GPHS Ailevaram. Can I ask one question, sir?
Yes, please.
Could you please tell us life like in Iceland? How does weather play a crucial role in your lives?
It's quite a good question. Life in Iceland is quite busy, I would say. We have long distances, so most people rely on car to travel around, and the weather is quite harsh. For example, like these times, yesterday the weather changes a lot. Yesterday we had a snow, but when we wake up this morning, the snow is gone, and we have a rainstorm. So the weather affects daily life quite a bit, because schools, if the weather is quite bad, schools needs to be cancelled, or parents need to pick up kids from schools because the weather is not safe for especially the younger kids to travel around on foot. It's just the preferable method. But yeah, the life in Iceland, it's in a way, it's similar to India, because we work, we play, and we try to live our best life. But yeah, weather is quite restricting. That's why many people in Iceland go to the warmer parts, especially these months, where the weather from January to March, April, we get a lot of storms. So it's quite impactful.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
My name is Vaishnavi Nagadurga. I am studying 7th grade from GPHS School, Ailevaram. Sir, can I ask one question?
Yes.
What are some effective ways to protect personal information on social media platforms?
The best way to protect your personal information is, first of all, not put too much personal information on social media platforms, but using two-factor authentication is the bare minimum today. Like one password is not enough. Two-factor identification is quite important to protect your personal information, but I encourage you not to put too much personal information on social media platforms, because especially when you are children, that you don't want them to spread around your information. So limit things that you set on social media, and if you have to use two-factor identification. Thank you.
So may I request you to take us outside your car so that we can see the weather outside? I know that the weather outside is very, very harsh for you, but we are so curious, what does Iceland look like?
Basically, this here is my neighborhood. I'm gonna take, because I couldn't use my phone. I was planning that, but I have my computer. Okay. So I can show you a few seconds because it's so rainy.
Yeah, I can understand. Okay.
So it's basically, I don't know if you can see everything, but
we can see.
It's very gray and like windy and rainy. But like yesterday, it was quite snowy. Yeah. And but now it's like this, and probably tomorrow it will be snowy again. We never know. So it's quite different weather each, and actually, like a storm is now not like there's no wind now, but there will be an hour quite a big wind. So it's quite different the weather, and the weather in Iceland changes a lot. So basically, you can go out. It'll be a sunny day, and later in the evening, yeah, you can be seeing a snowstorm. It's
Yeah.
not that common, but it can happen.
Okay, and so could you please tell us what time is it now over there?
It's 9:30 in the morning.
9:30 in the morning. It is 3 o'clock here in India, 3 p.m.
Wow.
So students, you know the Iceland the map. So do you have any specific questions? So what my students actually they have in their mind, Iceland is a country which is completely covered with ice all over the 365 days. So that's what we presume. Could you please tell us something about that?
No, Iceland is not covered in ice, but you know, parts of it is covered in ice. Like we have glaciers. The biggest glacier in Europe is in Iceland, and that's basically covered, even though it's 20 degrees, which is quite rare in Iceland, but can be temperature up to 20 degrees. But like the glaciers are there all every all year around, but like here on the coastlines. But because majority of people live on the coastline, we, especially here in the south side, we do not get much deep snow, but there is a snow from November to sometimes April, March, April. Like March is probably the most snow in Iceland at that time.
Okay, here is another question. Iceland actually is close to the Arctic region. So since it is located in Arctic region, so do you have 6 months completely dark or maybe semi-dark conditions in your country?
Not per 6 months, but in December we don't see the sun quite a lot. If you live in the north part of Iceland, you can, and especially if there's a mountain around you. I know of a town where the sun doesn't shine for 3 months. But the other way around, in the summertime, especially in June, excuse me, the sun doesn't set. You know, we get a sunshine even like in the middle of the night. So even though the sun goes down, you know, it's still brightest day. So yeah, we get the long nights at winter and the long days at summer.
Yes, I also heard that Iceland doesn't have any military system. So it doesn't have any military system. So do you think that Iceland doesn't have any thoughts in mind that it doesn't have any enemies to attack your country?
Yeah, like it's in our constitution that Iceland is a peaceful country. So you need, like, but there is a discussion if Iceland should found a military. But at the moment, Iceland is being protected, if you could say so, by like the nations of NATO protects Iceland. So, for example, right now, Finland is having the responsibility of Icelandic airspace. So it's like every 6 months or year, I don't remember how it is, the nations of NATO protects Iceland.
So when it comes to the Iceland, so what kind of food that you take to warm up your skin, warm up your body? As we know that your country is very cold and in terms of weather. So what sort of food do you take?
The food to heat up is usually sorry, hot beverages like coffee, tea, cocoa. But we don't usually have any food to heat up our body. But yeah, like the typical thing is Icelandic meat soup, which is hot. It's basically a soup full of meat and vegetables. Yeah, let's use the main food resource to heat us up.
So since you have the harsh weather conditions all over the year, so
Yeah.
where do the children play? So children are deprived of playground because of the snow conditions or the harsh weather conditions outside.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any indoor stadiums to facilitate the children or the students to play indoor games?
Yeah, we have, most schools have indoor sports hall, we could call it, but like in this kind of weather, the children play outside. Like, it's not, the weather does not need to be perfect. Like, it's basically in the harshest condition where the children stay indoors.
Okay. Here is my last question. In fact, Iceland is known for pure water, a crystal
Yeah.
clear water. So you are so lucky enough to have a clear and pure water. So what sort of pureness that your waters, water have when it comes to the drinking purpose?
Yeah. Basically, like, the water is usually so clean that you can easily, and it's preferable to drink it from the tap water, like from the basically sink. But I know many people who come to Iceland don't like the taste because it's quite minerally, because it's been traveling through the mountains. So like, the Icelandic water has quite a lot of minerals in it. So I know many people don't like the taste of it and find it quite weird, but it's quite good.
May I request you to give a message to my students? A message.
Yeah, try hard and you will be rewarded. Like, life is about trying hard, and do not give up. If something doesn't work, try again.
Great message.